What is up, guys? We are finishing up our Marvel Champions Age of Apocalypse Expert campaign with Apocalypse himself on Expert mode with Bishop. And this will be the fifth and final scenario of the campaign, so let's go ahead and get him set up. So for the content, we put the Apocalypse encounter set into the encounter deck, and then we're starting on stage number 2 for Expert mode, and then 2 module sets of Celestial Tech and Clan of Baka, which you already put into the encounter deck right here. And then we are playing with standard 3, so we have Pursue by the Pass. We also have the Expert 1 sets with Exhaustion, Master Plan, and Under Fire. And that's our into the Indian counter deck. And it says here that Apocalypse begins the game in Battle More form, which you have right here. So 1 scheme, 3 attack. His attacks have Overkill. As a force response when he changes to this form, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. And then we also have the Clan of Baka permanent setup side scheme with 5 threat here. And it says force response after threat is placed here. If there's at least 10, remove 5 threat from the scheme and deal each player a face on counter card. Let's shuffle up the encounter deck. And it also says for the main scheme setup to deal each player a face on counter card. So we do get 1 face on counter card to start this game off. All right. And then let's get the campaign set up here. So we're on scenario number 5. Okay, so for the main scheme deck in Sabah Nur's Pyramid, the Rise of Apocalypse. For the encounter deck in Sabah Nur Celestial Tech, Clan of Baka standard sets, and then Ancient Ritual, 3-sided villain. So Apocalypse has 3 sides. Let's see, for the campaign setup, we shuffle the Age of Apocalypse module set into the encounter deck, which you already did, and review the Protect the Professor side scheme mission put into play, which is right here. So this is our mission. We must protect the Professor and not let him die. We got to clear this off with 5 threat. And then, let's see, we random select one of the available Overseer minions and add them to the mission area. So the only Overseer minion of the 5 that we have not defeated yet is Sugar Man. So we have to face him for this final scenario. And then we, let's see, first player takes control of the mission team support. So we have that right here. Mission team cannot be discarded and the first player gets control of it. Action, we can exhaust mission team to choose one, either reduce the cost of the next ally played to the mission by 2 or make a mission attempt. And then each player searches their deck for an ally and adds to their hand. This card counts towards your hand size. Professor X cannot enter play during this game. Oh man, okay, so we have Professor X in our deck, but he cannot enter play during this game. Okay, so we are playing a Justice deck, so we're gonna have Blindfold as an ally that we selected to go into our hand. And then for the rewards from the previous scenarios, we can pick an upgrade from any other aspect to put in our deck. So we chose Tic-Tac-Toe from the pool aspect, which is a 0-cost upgrade. We can pick a support card too, so we chose a leadership support card, Uncanny X-Men, to put into our deck. And then we get one of the campaign allies as well, which we chose as X-Man. So it's a 4-cost ally. Whenever he enters your hand, give your identity a tough stats card. So we have these 3 cards that we put into our deck here. And then expert campaign only, set each player's hit points to the remaining hit point value recorded in the campaign log for the previous scenario. So we recorded 12. We're going to start this one with 12 here. And I think expert campaign rules. Okay, I think that is it here. So we got them set up. This is the final scenario. We're going to put these 3 cards into our player deck. All right, and let's go ahead and shuffle up here. Oh, and then for Sugar Man, his mission response, after you discard cards from the mission response, heal 3 damage from Sugar Man for each physical resource discarded. So we want to take him out in one go. And then we're going to draw up to our hand size of 6 in Alter Ego. Blindfold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We only got a Power in All of Us as a resource card. So I want to try to get more. I like the Skilled Investigator here. Should we definitely want to mulligan these cards. I don't know if I want to keep the Power in All of Us. Let's mulligan as well. We're going to mulligan in this card these 4 cards and then draw 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is a pretty good hand, I think. All right, we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to flip over here to, oh wait, let me advance a man scheme to stage 1B first. Starts off with 1 threat. If it hits 8, then it flips to the second stage. And as a force response, after resolving step 1 in the villain phase, we place 1 power counter on here. If there's 4 power counters, we remove the counters and then mill from the encounter until we get a super power card and then reveal it. Okay, so we got all that. Okay, now let's get started. We're going to flip over here to hero form. We're going to play one way or another. Hero action, searching contact for a side scheme, review that side scheme, and then draw 3. So let's see which side scheme we want. This one has overkill, so maybe we want to actually change this overkill here. Actually, is there any side scheme that we can clear easily? Let's look here. Are they all 5-threat side schemes? They are all 5-threat side schemes. Okay. We draw 3. What are the chances that we can sort this out? Okay, we're not going to do this one because it's too risky if we can't draw 3. So I think we get the crisis one is in cyberpath. Let's do the crisis one. So plugged in, when defeated, if Apocalypse is in cyberpath form, he activates against a player who defeated the scheme. Otherwise, change it to cyberpath form. So we are revealing the side scheme. It comes in with 5 threat and a crisis icon, so we can't remove that from the main scheme while this card's in play. And then we can resolve the one way or another now and then draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, I should have kept that power in all of us. Let's see. So we can clear it off here. Let's go ahead and play our Skilled Investigator. The 0 cost upgrade, play under any player's control. After the side scheme is defeated, we can exhaust this card and draw a card. I think we want to get Nick Fury down, try to get a big turn here. Let's use this as 4 resources so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We'll pick the one to draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so X-Men has an effect. After X-Men enters your hand, give your identity a tough stats card. So we do get a tough stats card here. And we are going crazy right now with this turn. Do we play our rifle? If we play our rifle, we can still play Angel. And we can hold on to Blindfold. Okay, this would be a double resource, so we can play Bishop's Rifle. We can exhaust the rifle, do 1 damage to enemy for each resource card in your hand. We have 1 resource card, so 1 on Apocalypse. That'll bring from 20 down to 19. Then we're going to use this as a double resource when paying for. Actually, do we get Blindfold down here with this? Look at the encounter deck, because that'll give us a good. No, we might Skilled Investigate something to draw her. We get a double. That's fine. We're going to use this as a double resource when paying for a basic card. Angel says reduce the cost of playing by 1 if your identity has a mutant or X-Men trait, which we do. So he's only 2 costs anyway, so we can play him down here with just that. And then we're going to have Angel Thwart from Plugged In. Drop this down to 4. He'll take a consequential damage. Nick Fury is going to thwart for 2. Drop this down to 2. He'll take a consequential damage. Bishop's going to thwart for 2. We're going to clear this off. So when this side scheme is defeated, let's see. If he's in Cyberpath, he'll activate. If he's not, we change him to Cyberpath form. So right here, and you give him a tough status card. Change the Cyberpath. Yeah, okay. So now he has Retaliate 1, 3 scheme 1 attack. After he changes his form, plays 2 threat on each scheme in play. So 2 threat going on the main goes up to 3, and then 2 on Ancient Ritual goes up to 7. Okay, so when we defeat this side scheme, we exhaust our Skilled Investigator. When the side scheme is defeated, to draw a card, draw in Randall. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play Randall here to the mission. Exhaust mission team to reduce the cost of the next ally played to the mission by 2. So Randall's only 1 cost. This would be 1 resource, so we can play him here to the mission. All right, that's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. And we're going to draw back up to our hands as a 5 in hero form, keeping Blindfold here in our hand. Okay, so it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. Then after adding a threat, he adds a power counter with the main scheme's response. He's going to attack us here with a base of 1 plus a boost card here. He no longer has Overkill in Cyberpath, so we're going to have Nick Fury block this. The boost is 1, so 2 damage, knocks out Nick Fury. Then he's going to deal us a face-down counter card for a total 2. And the first one is Biomorphic Blast. If Apocalypse is in Biomorph form, he activates against you. Otherwise, changes in Biomorph form, place 1 power counter on main scheme. So a main scheme goes up by a power counter. He flips over the Biomorph form. He won't activate, but this thing right here says deal 2 indirect damage to each player. I don't know if I want to take it with the tough, so that's his force response for this. So we're going to do 2 indirect damage both to Angel. That will knock him out with his 2 remaining hit points because we have a tough stats card that can block up an overkill hit. So he changed it to form and then 1 power counter. Okay, so we did everything. Last encounter card, Biomorphic Blast again. So if he's in Biomorphic form, which he is, he's going to activate. So he's going to attack us here. And then we don't place a power counter. So we're going to take to the face because we have a tough stats card. He's hitting with a base of 3 with overkill plus a boost. After activation, place a pursuit counter on pursuit by the pass. So just 3 damage, knocks off our tough stats card. And then it is back to our turn. He does have toughness here. Okay. We don't have any resource cards for our rifle. We could just play the safe play and get blindfold down. Let's see, if we play blindfold, that doesn't work out. If I get a double resource to play blindfold, no, I can't use the extra for that while I'm in Alter Ego. So, I'm not sure. I definitely want to get blindfold down. Do we just make a blindfold and then what else would we do? We can get triage down. But so he only has 1 scheme, so it's not that bad right now if we play blindfold. But then I want to play another card, so maybe our uniform then. Okay, let's go ahead and have Bishop Lord for 2 from the main. Drop this from 4 down to 2. Then we're going to flip down to our Alter Ego. Temporary displace. Response when you change this form, add a temporary card from your discard box to your hand. Let's get our double resource here, which is a temporary card. We can add that to our hand. Then we're going to use 3 resources here. Actually, let's just get our uniform down first. So this would be a double resource, so we can play Bishop's uniform. After we resolve our energy absorption ability, we can exhaust the uniform, heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. Then this would be 3 resources, so we can play Blindfold. After Blindfold enters play, look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. Discard 1, put the rest back in the same order. So we can look at the top 5 cards here and see his boosts and stuff. Okay, so his boost would be 1. I'm fine with that, so he'll scheme for 2. Then we get the thing that discards an upgrade support control and a pursuit counter. I think we leave that because, yeah, then we get another pursuit counter next over this boost. We just discard a skilled investigator. And then we'll get Clan of Bakazelia as our encounter card. I think that's okay. So do we want to get rid of his staggering strength here? Or the Evil Alliance so we don't get more pursuit counters. If this is the boost, it's going to be 2. Oh, he's going to keep overkill here for a while, I think. So if I'm taking that attack, yeah, let's discard his staggering strength and put the rest back on top in the same order here. Yeah, the pursuit counts are going to go up, so we're going to get our nemesis, I think, pretty quickly. Blindfold's going to throw for 2 from Ancient Ritual, drop this back down to 5, should take a consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. We're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 6. Okay, this is a really good hand here. We've got one way or another, but I'm not sure if I want to play that. So Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 3, and he adds a power counter. So there's going to be 3 power counters here as well. Okay, so nothing happens until there's 4. He's scheming here with a base of 1 plus a boost card here of 1. So total 2 threat added to the main scheme goes up to 5. Then we get a face down encounter card, which is nowhere is safe. When reviewed, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if there's any counters on pursued by the past, discard upgrade support you control. Let's discard the skilled investigator here. But I don't want to be getting those side schemes out anyways because there's only 5 threat side schemes. All right, so that is going to end his turn. Yeah, it's back to our turn. Okay. So then we want to use our rifle to get rid of his tough stats card before we do anything else. Yeah, let's go ahead and flip over here to hero form. We're going to exhaust Bishop's rifle. Do damage to enemy equals the number of resources in your hand. We have 2, so 2 damage knocks off his tough. He does not have retaliate in this form anyways, but our rifle gives us ranged. And then we want to we're going to play Honor X-Men. Play only if your Denny has an X-Men trait, which we do have here. Attach a friendly character, when it gives the Bishop, we get +1 hit points, so we go from 12 up to 13. And now we get an X-Men trait even in our Alter Ego, because we have it with the Honor X-Men. All right, now I'm kind of tempted to play the one way or another. Thing is, if I play it, I need to get an ally to thwart it out. If we can't thwart it out, it's gonna be nasty here. I'm okay if he changes forms. Okay, we're gonna do it anyways, even though I said I wasn't going to. We're gonna play one way or another. Hero action search and contact for a side scheme, review that side scheme, and then draw 3 cards. So let's get a side scheme out. So now we don't know what's coming up this next turn, but it's okay because we're gonna get some card draw. Let's do the amplify one, I think. We're running out of side schemes. The hazard one says giant. Okay, we gotta do amplify because if we can't clear, I don't want to take 2 encounter cards here. So we shuffle up the encounter deck, and we review this side scheme. Source of power. When defeated, if Apocalypse is in bottom morph form, he activates. If he's not, then we change the bottom morph and give him a tough stats card. So he's gonna have 5 threat on here with an amplify. Now we can resolve this and draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we did not get an ally, but that is okay because we got an energy absorption or conversion, I mean, and we can get out the Uncanny X-Men. All right, so we're gonna build our board entirely here. This would be a double resource, so we can play Utopia. Utopia says if each of your allies has an X-Men trait, increase your ally limit by 1, so we can have 4 allies. After an X-Men ally enters play, we exhaust Utopia to rep another X-Men character. And then let's get the Uncanny X-Men down. Save the energy conversion, I think, and a double, so we can at least heal for 1 next turn. I think it's gonna be a play. Okay, so this would be 3 resources here, so we can play Uncanny X-Men. Each of your allies gets +1 hit point. If each of your characters have the X-Men trait, which they do, each of your X-Men allies cost 1 fewer resource to play. So all of our X-Men can cost 1 cheaper resource to play. And then we need to do some thwarting here. So amplify, I'm okay with that right now. Let's have Bishop blindfold both thwart for 1, 2, 3, 4 from the main. Drop it down to 1. And then blindfold takes a consequence damage, but she actually has 1 more hit point thanks to the Uncanny X-Men now, giving her that +1 hit point. That is going to end her turn. We're going to keep these cards in her hand, and we're not going to make a mission attempt, so we're just going to ready back up. Draw back up to her hands of hero 5. I like Dazzler here. Hopefully he doesn't change forms. Okay, so it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main, then he's going to add a power counter. When there are 4, we take out the 4 counters, mill from the encounter until we get a superpower card, and then reveal it. Okay, so we're gonna mill down here. Oh, this is a superpower card. Okay, so we got one right away. Technological interface. The Apocalypse is in Sire Path form. He activates against you, otherwise change the Sire Path. Place 1 power counter. Oof, okay. So he changes form. 1 power counter on the main scheme, and his force response when he changes his form is place 2 threat on each scheme in play. So the main goes up to 4. And then both the side schemes go up to 7. Okay, we actually got to get rid of the side scheme here because that is kind of nasty if he keeps changing to this form. He's attacking here with a base of 1 plus a boost card here. I think we energy. Oh man, I had the energy conversion ready. Let's check our discard pile. How many resource cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we want to do it anyways. I hope he doesn't change forms again and attack us with overkill. But we're going to play energy conversion. Here, interrupt when an enemy attacks you. Shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. You cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6. So we get all the resource cards in our discard pile, which is 6. Shuffle them into our deck. And we have 1 resource in our hand and 1 more in our deck. So there's 7 resources in this deck now. Let's try to get a good shuffle here. All right, so we cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. Hopefully he gets a boost of 2 so we can take all that damage. So this would be his boost. It's going to be no boost damage. The boost effect is to choose to replace 3 threat on Ancient Ritual, or his card gains +3 boost icons. Let's do that. We're going to give it +3 boost icons. So it's hitting for a total of 4, 5 with the Amplify, but we can only take 3 with our energy conversion. Let's take it. We drop from 13 down to 10. We're going to trigger our energy absorption. Response: after Bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack, discard equal number of cards on top of your deck and add each resource card discard to your hand. We've got 3 resources to our hand. That's awesome. Okay. Then it is encounter phase now. We get an encounter card. Scarab with Quick Strike. So he's going to hit us for 3. Okay. And then after he attacks, place 1 threat on Ancient Ritual. 3 threat instead of the attack defeat an ally. Okay, so we're going to place 1 threat on Ancient Ritual because he's going to attack us. So this goes up to 8. And then he's going to hit us here for 3. We're going to take it. We drop from 10 down to 7. And then I forgot to use our uniform, but now we can with the Quick Strike. So energy absorption again, because it's not limited for once per phase. Discard top 3 cards. Add each resource to your hand. We got 1 resource added to your hand. Now we can trigger our uniform. So after resolving energy absorption, exhaust the uniform, heal 1 for each resource in your hand. We have 5 resource cards in our hand, so we're going to heal 5. That brings from 7 up to 12, so we're back to full health pretty much. Okay, and then it is back to our turn. Okay, so first we're going to exhaust a rifle, choose an enemy, the Scarab, do 1 damage to it for each resource card in your hand. We have 5 resource cards, so we can knock them out in one go here. And then we need to thwart this thing out, change the biomorph, and then flip down, because the Amplify is going to keep adding threat when it keeps on getting to a Cyberpath form. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do that. This is really close to hitting 10, but I think we just do it anyways here. Yeah, it's fine. We can heal blindfold here as well. Okay, let's go ahead and play our tic-tac-toe. It's a 0-cost pool upgrade. As a hero, actually spend 1 resource of any type to move 1 damage from character to an MCS above, matching the spent resource. And actually have an idea that we can get Malcolm back from discard pile with temporarily displaced. So Bishop is going to thwart for 2 from Source of Power. Then we're going to use, let's see, he does not have Stalwart, so we're playing Blindfold here, or Dazzler, I mean. Well, Dazzler reduces the cost of player by 1 because we have the Uncanny X-Men here, so she's only 3 cost. Let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources, so we can play Dazzler here. When Dazzler enters play, confuse an enemy, we're going to confuse Apocalypse here. Then, since she's an X-Men out that enters play, we can exhaust Utopia, but to write up another X-Men character, let's ready up Bishop. Then we are going to, let's see, we're going to use Tic-Tac-Toe, discard a card from your hand, power on all of us. It's a wild icon, so we can move a damage from Blindfold to a spot here that matches a resource. It's a wild, so we pick anything. Let's go ahead and pick Mental to put on a mental spot. So now Blindfold is still alive here, even if she thwarts again. And then we're going to have Bishop thwart for 2. Let's take it off of Source of Power. We want to clear this off and have him change the biomorph. And then, let's see, give him a tough status card. He doesn't activate. Okay, so I'm okay with him getting toughness and dealing us indirect. Yeah. All right, so we did that. We're going to flip down here, I think. Actually, do we want to do a healing first? If we get this, no, we want to save a resource in our hand. So let's flip down to Alter Ego. Temporal Displace gets a temporal card from our discard pile to our hand. Let's get Malcolm here, our signature ally, which is a temporal card. We can add him to our hand. Then we're going to use this as 3 resources so we can play Malcolm. Actually, let's say, no, let's use these 3. So we can play Malcolm. Actually, let's keep this one. These 3 resources so we can play Malcolm. And then we're going to have Malcolm and Dazzler both thwart for 1, 2, 3 to clear out this side scheme here. They'll both take consequential damage. When defeated, Apocalypse is in Biomorph. He activates, he's not. So change into Biomorph and give him a tough stats card. So he flips over this form where he still no longer has he doesn't have Stalwart, but he gets toughness here. His attacks have overkill. When he changes this form, do 2 indirect damage to each player. So we're going to take 2 indirect. Let's put 1 on Dazzler and 1 on Malcolm. And then defeating the side scheme here with the Amplify. And then Blindfold is going to thwart for 2 from Ancient Ritual because I don't want that encounter card. Dropping this down to 6, should take a damage. That is going to end our turn. We're going to ready back up and keep this resource card in our hand. All right, we're going to draw back up to our hands. That's here of 6. Oh, I forgot Malcolm is cheap, only 2 costs. That's okay. We overpaid him, which is okay because the Uncanny X-Men reduced the cost of each ally. And I got to remember that I cannot play Professor X right here because of the campaign says that we cannot play Professor X during this game. Okay, because I guess he's in bed here with the protected professor. So Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. It goes up to 5. Then he adds a power counter. So there's 2 here. He's going to scheme on us, but he is confused, so nothing happens. Then we get a face on counter card in the counter phase, which is technological interface. If Apocalypse is in Cyberpath, he activates. Otherwise, change in Cyberpath and place 1 power counter on the main scheme. So he's going to flip over Cyberpath here. We put a power counter on the main scheme. It goes up to 3. Remember to do his force response. So when you're changing this form, place 2 threat on each scheme in play. So 2 on the main, 2 on Ancient Ritual, goes up to 8. And then place 1 power. Okay, so we did the power counter already. Okay, cool. So it is back to our turn. All right, oh, Blindfold should have 2 damage, not 4. Okay, so we got Forge. We can do a bunch of, we can play Professor X to the mission, because that would be really cool. Let's go ahead. We're going to flip over here to hero form. Let's see, he doesn't have overkill on us. I think we just use our rifle. Let's see, because if he retaliates, he actually won't knock Forge out here. That's fine. We're going to exhaust our rifle. Choose an enemy, Apocalypse. We're going to do 3 damage because we have 3 resource cards in our hand. That will knock off his tough. He has retaliate in this form, but our rifle has range, so he will not retaliate and hit us back. We're just going to clear off the main scheme and Clan of Baka here. I think it's going to be the play. So let's have Bishop Thor for 2 from here. Let's have Dazzler Thor for 2 from here. She'll take a damage, but she has +1 hit point thanks to the Uncanny X-Men, so she is still alive. And then we're going to have Malcolm Thor for 1 from here. He'll take a damage, but he's alive as well. And then let's use a double resource. Oh, I forgot. Forge is only 1 cost because of the Uncanny X-Men here. So he's only 1 resource. Let's use this as 1 resource so we can play Forge. When Forge enters play, search your deck and discard pile for X-Men or X-Force support. Add to your hand. Let's look through our discard pile for the X-Jet, which is the X-Men support. We can add this to our hand now. Okay. Then we want to play everything. So we're going to use this as 4 resources so we can play the X-Jet. And then we're going to use this as 2 resources so we can play Under Surveillance attached to the main scheme. This will increase the target threat by the main scheme by 4. So instead of flipping at 8, it's going to flip at 12 now. And then I forgot, when we play Forge, we're going to exhaust Utopia when X-Men ally enters play to rev our X-Men character, Bishop. So get that ready there. And then we are going to, I think we don't want to tic-tac-toe Blindfold because I want her back into the discard pile. So Blindfold is going to Thor for 2 from the main, drop it down to 3. She'll take consequent damage. She is defeated now. And what's our deck size? Are we going to deck out here? We are going to deck out. Okay. And then let's see. Forge will thwart for 1. Let's take it off of here. The main, dropping down 2. He'll take consequential damage. And then Bishop's going to thwart for 2 from Clan or the Ancient Ritual. Drop this down to 3. So we got everything under control. Do we want to make a mission attempt real quick here? Remove 2 threats for sure. I think that will help. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a mission attempt. So exhaust mission team. We're 1 ally, so we discard 1 card on top of your deck. It's a genius. So we can assign that to Randall here because he has a wild. So he will participate in the mission by himself. 1 attack goes on Sugar Man and 2 thwart, clearing off 2 threat off of here. Then after he makes an attempt, we place an attempt counter and then 1 damage to each ally of the mission. Okay, so we are closest protecting Professor X, but not fully protecting him yet. Let's use our tic-tac-toe. Exhaust the extra to generate resources for tic-tac-toe. So it's a wild, so we can move a damage from any character over here on any spot because it's a wild resource, so it doesn't have to be a corresponding thing. Let's heal, let's do Dazzler. So yeah, we're gonna move a damage from Dazzler to a energy spot. Okay, that is gonna end our turn. Let's ready up here. And then we got everything under control. He doesn't have overkill here, so we have an ally block this attack. But he will get a power counter. Okay, we're gonna draw back up to our hand size of 5. We deck out here, so we get a face down counter card. We're going to shuffle up the discard pile here back to the deck. And we're drawing 1 more card, I believe, up to our hand size of 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5. Oh, we got a resource. Okay. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 3. He adds a power counter now. There are 4, so we remove all the counters. And we mill from the encounter deck until we get a superpower card and reveal it. So no superpower, no superpower. We lost our obligation. Okay, we got a superpower here. Clan Despo. So it says, when viewed, if Apocalypse is in giant form, he's not. So we change the giant form and place 1 power count on the main scheme. So he's going to change over to giant form for the first time this game. Place a power counter in the main scheme. When he changes his form, heal 2 damage from him, so he heals from 19 back to his full hit points of 20. All right. So he healed. We place a counter on here, and then in counter phase now, deals in counter card we have 2. First one is Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. So Ancient Ritual goes up to 7 from 3. So we gotta throw that down again. And we got Giant Growth here. So with the hazard, if he's in Giant form, he activates. Otherwise, change the Giant form, give him a tough stats card. Okay, that's okay. Get that right now. So it's gonna have 5 threat and a hazard, and then it is back to our turn. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and use our rifle. Exhaust us, do 1 damage because we have 1 resource card in hand to hit Apocalypse. I'll bring it from 20 down to 19. Then, do we have an ally to play? No, but we have Command Authority, and I want to get down, I think, stuff for Kakus as well. Let's use, let's see, yeah, double resource so we can play Command Authority. Hero action, Thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Let's take 3 off of Giant Growth. That will resolve that. It says if you pay for the resource card, which we just did, we can draw a card. Okay, we're gonna play our Supercharged here. So this is a 0 cost upgrade. As an action, we can discard a resource card from hand to put a charge count on here for each icon on that resource card. And when we make a base attack, we can discard this card as a hero interrupt to get +2 damage for each charge counter to a max of +8 attack there. And then we just play stuff for Kakus. We definitely don't want to make another mission attempt here and kill off Randall. So let's go ahead and have Bishop Thor for 2 from Giant Growth, clearing this off. Side scheme is defeated. It says Apocalypse is in Giant form. He activates against a player who defeated the scheme. Otherwise, change Giant form, give him a touchdown. Okay, so he's going to attack us here. So we're going to have Forge block the attack. He's hitting with a base of 3. This would be his boost card. Boost effect after activation, place a pursuit counter. Oof, okay, so that's coming up really soon. Forge takes it. He is defeated. Okay, then we are going to, we could actually temporarily displace here to get down and stuff for Kakus. Or we could get Malcolm a second activation. What are we doing here? I kind of want to flip down because I'm worried that we're going to get this really soon. Am I okay with this form scheming right here? No, we don't need to flip down. Yeah, that's just an extra risk. I'm okay getting our Nemesis right here. So let's exhaust the extra to generate a wild resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3, so we can play Step for Kakus. We only play it if we have the X-Men trait, which we do. This comes in with 3 side counters. When we reveal a treachery card, we can exhaust this card, remove a counter, and then cancel the effects of that treachery, and then review another card from the encounter deck. All right, we're going to keep Malcolm here to block for us because he doesn't have overkill. Dazzle will Thor for 2 from Ancient Ritual. She'll take a damage. She's still alive here with +1 hit point thanks to Uncanny X-Men. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. Yeah, we need to draw an ally to make a powerful play here. So we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, Colossus is really big for us. All right, we don't have any resource cards. I want to take this and use energy absorption. Probably not, but it could be key for us. No, it's okay. Okay, so Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He adds a power counter after doing that. He is going to attack us here. Malcolm blocks. This would be the boost. Oops. 1 + 3 is 4 damage. Knocks out Malcolm. He's defeated. Then nothing else happens, right? Yeah, we get an encounter card, which is, okay, he got a Celestial Weapon attached to a villain. When a villain attacks you, discard top card of your deck. If it's resources, whatever, then we do whatever effect that is. Okay, so you got one of the strongest cards here. So we could take 2 damage, discard card from hand, or get stunned, depending on what happens. So, all right, let's see. So that is the end with his turn. It's back to our turn. So this is only trigger when he attacks. So I think I want to flip down here. So he schemes, so we don't have to deal with that. Do I play? I could also defeat this right here, right now, this turn. Do we have enough control to flip down? I think we do. I think we're okay right now. So yeah, I'm going to actually clear off the mission here. So we're going to, Colossus says reduce the cost to play my 1 if your identity has a mutant or X-Men trait, so it's only 3 costs. Uncanny X makes it 1 cost cheaper, so it's only 2 cost. So Actually, do we use our resource card and save this stuff here? Yeah, wait a minute. So I think we used the concussive blast to tic-tac-toe dazzler, right? And then we're going to play Colossus by flipping down. Extra can generate resource as well. So we save command authority in our hand. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna use our tic-tac-toe, discard a physical resource, move a damage from dazzler to a physical spot right here. Still not 3 in a line, so it doesn't trigger yet. Then we're gonna have Bishop Thwart for 2. Bring the scheme here down to 2 from 4. And then Dazzler's gonna thwart for 2. Let's drop it all the way down to 0. And it flips at 12 thanks to the under surveillance. Should take consequence damage. Then we want to play triage. Oh no, we don't get the Utopia. That's fine. So we're gonna flip down here to Alter Ego. Temporal Displace gets a temporal card from this card out to your hand. Let's get our double resource, which is a temporal card, add to your hand. So we are X-Men in Alter Ego thanks to Honor X-Men. So all our characters have the X-Men trait, even in Alter Ego. So in Kane, X-Men reduces the cost of Colossus by 1. His effect reduces him by another 1. So he's 2 costs. 2 resources, so we can play Colossus towards the mission here. Then triage is only 1 cost because of the Uncanny X-Men, so we can exhaust the extra to generate a wild resource for us because we are X-Men in Alter Ego, so we can play triage towards the mission. Then we're going to play a second copy of Supercharged, have them both down here. We keep this in our hand, we're going to make a mission attempt here. So exhaust mission team to make a mission attempt. We have 3 allies, discard 3 cards on top of our deck, 1, 2, 3. He's going to heal 3 because there's a physical resource here, so he goes back to full health. And then we assign these cards. So physical goes to Colossus, energy goes to triage, and a mental goes on Randall. So all 3 of our allies can participate in this mission. Let me make sure. Yeah. So we add their attack, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will knock out Sugar Man. He's defeated. He has a victory keyword, so it goes into the victory display. And their threat, 1, 2, 3, 4, is enough to clear off this scheme. So let's see. So when that happens now, we have defeated this mission. We have successfully protected the professor. And then when defeated, shuffle each player card the mission into its owner's deck. So we get these allies back. Hopefully we can draw them next turn. Try and get a good shuffle here, along with some resources. Okay, so we're gonna keep it right there. And did I forgot to use the rifle? I might have. Oh no, I didn't have any resource cards this turn. And we flip this card over. And then we also flip Mission Team over. So now we have an Avengers Mansion here with Mission Team. We can exhaust this to draw a card. It's already exhausted this turn, but we can do that next turn. And then, let's see. And that is it. Okay, so we defeated the mission here. We are ready to take down Pockets. We have stuff for Cuckoos to cancel any nasty things. And we got everything under control. So that's going to end our turn. Let's ready up. We're going to draw back up to our hand sets of 6, keeping the command authority because we might have some threat that we need to get rid of next turn. Okay, I'm really glad we got the resource here. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's going to add 1 to the main. He adds a power counter. This goes up to 3. He's going to scheme with a base of 2 plus a boost. Boost effect says after his activation, change him to giant form. He's already in giant form, so nothing there. Only scheme for 2. This goes up to 3. He doesn't trigger his weapon because it doesn't trigger when he schemes, only when he attacks. We get an encounter card, which is a Clan of Baka Zeliot with guard. When defeated, place 2 threat on Ancient Ritual. So nothing happens right now. And then it is back to our turn. Okay. Oh, we didn't get any allies here. I think the one where another. Oh, wait, we dropped 2 hand sets of 6. I forgot. So we draw 1 more card here. Okay, we did get out of blindfold. Yeah, because we have a 6 card hand size in Alter Ego, not 5. So we do need to draw that up. Let's exhaust Mission Team. Choose a player to draw a card. We're going to draw a card for ourselves. Okay, let's see here. I'm glad we got an ally. We got blindfold, so we can get the readies here. We need to take out the Clan of Baka Zeliot. Let's flip over here to hero form. We're gonna exhaust our rifle, do 1 damage to enemy because we have 1 resource card in our hand, so 1 damage on the Clan of Baka Zeliot. And one thing I realized is that we have an energy conversion coming up, so that's gonna be really big. I'm not gonna play one way or another because I don't know if there's any more sides in the deck, and I don't want to play it and then lose it. So right now, what do we want to do? We're gonna clear out some threat and we want to start damaging Apocalypse. Do we play a Command Authority? We could. Yeah, let's just do it. So this would be a double resource, so we can play Command Authority. Hero action, Thwart remove 3 from a scheme, clearing off the main. And then we pay for it with a resource card, which we did. We can draw a card here. Okay, awesome. Another resource card that we can put into our supercharged. So all you gotta do now is defeat Apocalypse. That's the goal. We want to control the schemes here. We don't need more resources, so we don't need to play the helicarrier. And okay, so this would be okay. We're gonna have Bishop swing for 2, knock out the clan of Bakazeliot. When defeated, place 2/3 on Ancient Ritual. This goes up to 7. Okay. Then we're going to use 3 resources here, I think. No, Blindfold is 2 costs because of the Uncanny X-Men, right? So we only need 2 resources to put her down. So let's go ahead and use this as 2 resources so it can play Blindfold. When she enters play, we can exhaust Utopia to reveal another X-Men character. Let's ready a Bishop. And her effect, let's look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Discard 1, put the rest back in the same order. Do I want to get rid of this armor? Probably. Let's see. We get this as a boost. We place 1/3 in the mission area, give him another boost. We reveal this card, which will stun us. Oof. And then our encounter card is going to be Agent Apocalypse, who activates on us. So if he activates, we take 2. Celestial Armor will be a boost for next turn, actually. So if we want, we can discard the Evil Alliance here. Because this, no matter what, if it's a boost or not, yeah, we're going to get the Celestial Armor as a boost card. So I think we are okay. Yeah, let's discard the Evil Alliance. I don't want the Nemesis coming out, and put these 4 cards back on top in the same order. And hopefully we can get rid of the Celestial Armor here as well. Okay, if we don't deck out, yeah, we won't, because even if we do, we're gonna get energy conversion back, I think. All right, we're going to use the effect of our supercharge, discard a resource card, and then put charge counters equal to the amount of printed icons. There's 2 on here, so we get 2 counters on our supercharged. Okay, and then what are we doing next? I think we tic-tac-toe a bunch. So let's use our tic-tac-toe, discard a physical resource to move a damage from Dazzler to a physical line. So she's nice and healthy. We're going to play our Skilled Investigator back down again. Let's just put it over here. I don't know if it's going to get much use anymore because I don't know if there's any more side schemes left in the counter deck. Okay, and then we're going to X-Jet to move a damage from Dazzler again over to a line. We're going to put this on an energy spot with our tic-tac-toe. Okay, next, he does not have Retaliate. We're just all going to attack here, right? No, Blindfold Thor's for 2, right? Because she cannot attack anyway. She has 0 attack. She takes consequential damage. Dazzler swings for 2. Bishop swings for 2. A total of 4 damage. That'll bring Apocalypse from 19 down to 15. Dazzler takes a consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. I think, especially with the step for Kakus here, we have this under control. We just got to gun him down and get our damage cards. Drawing back up to 5 here. Got energy conversion, which will be really big. So I think it takes attack to the face here so we can use it. We have a lot of resources, I think. Yeah, we got a lot. Okay. So Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. Oh, I forgot. He's going to mill it. So Blindfold didn't really do anything. Oh, no, she changed the order to where Celestial Weapon, I think, is our encounter card now. Oof. Yeah, it is. Or the scheming one. That's okay. So we added a power counter after adding threat there. When there's 4, we remove the power counters. Mill from the encounter until we get a superpower card, which is not this one. This one right here is a superpower. Attached to Apocalypse, change him in giant form. When he attacks you, you are stunned. Discard this card after this activation. So we are going to get stunned here. So we did that. He's going to attack us now. This is an interrupt, so this one happens first. Whenever the villain attacks you, discard the top card of your deck. If it's a mental, we discard a card from your hand. And we can choose, right? Yeah, so we can discard any card from hand. Let's lose the Heroic Intuition. I don't think we need it anymore. Yeah. Okay. So we discard card from hand. Okay, so now he's attacking us with 3 plus 2. This is a force interrupt, I think, as well. Yeah, so this is a trigger. When he attacks you, you are stunned. So we get stunned before. We discard this card after the activation. Okay, so this will be his boost. Is this a Celestial Weapon? I don't know. Okay, it's okay. We are going to play our energy conversion. Here, interrupt defense. When enemy attacks, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile back into your deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those are all our resource cards. So we have 5 plus 2 left in deck because we have 1 in our hand. So we have 7 resource cards in our deck here. And hopefully we can draw a bunch of them up for a big turn. We're going to shuffle up our deck. And then we can not take more than 3 damage from this attack. So he is hitting us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it activate an enemy additional boost card. Okay, that's good. So it's going to be this right here. So it's going to be 1, and then there's no ally here, so we don't have to do that boost effect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, but we can only take 3 thanks to energy conversion. So we drop from 12 down to 9. We're going to trigger our energy absorption. We took 3 damage. Discard 3 cards off the top of your deck. For each resource card add to your hand. We got 2 resource cards. We're going to add 2 of them to our hand. And we're going to use our uniform. After we use energy absorption, we can trigger the uniform and heal 1 for each resource in your hand, which we have 3 here, even though we only drew 2. So that's going to heal us from 9 back up to 12. And then we get a face sign, and then this is now gone after activation. It gets discarded. And then we get a face sign counter card. Another Clan of Apocalypse. Okay, so it is back to our turn. All right, so I think we want to blow up a supercharged here. Okay, we're going to have Bishop attack. That will remove our stun. Then we're going to exhaust our rifle. Do 1 damage to an enemy for each resource in your hand. We have 3. So 3 damage knocks out the Clan Akaba Zelia because he has guard. When he's defeated, place 2 threat on the ancient ritual. So 2 threat on here. Blindfold is going to go ahead and Thor for 2 because she can't attack anyway. So removing the 2 back off, she'll take consequential damage. All right. Then I want to gun down at least 1 stage so he doesn't keep healing on us. So we don't need the resources. Colossus reduces the cost by 1 with his own effect. Uncanny X-Men reduces it by 1 more, so it's only 2 costs. Double resources and paying for a basic, so we can play Colossus. He comes in play with toughness. When he enters play, we can exhaust Utopia to rep our X-Men characters. Ready up Bishop. Okay. Then I think we blow up a supercharged here. And then play Triage. Yeah. Okay, we're going to exhaust the extra, generate 1 resource to play Triage. He's only 1 cost here because of the Uncanny X-Men. When he enters play, heal 2 damage from X-Men character. Let's heal 2 from Dazzler. She's like just stand and play the whole game. Then we are going to use our supercharged. Discard a card from your hand, store energy to put 2 counters on it. So it goes up to 4. On this one, we're gonna keep this one at 0. Okay, then we're gonna have Bishop swing at Apocalypse. Trigger our interrupt on our supercharge. We can discard this card, do +2 for each charge counter. So there's 4 counters. It's gonna do +8. +2 with his basic attack, it's gonna be 10 damage on Apocalypse. That'll bring from 15 down to 5. Then we're gonna have Dazzler swing for 2. That'll bring from 5 down to 3. Then we're gonna have Colossus swing for 3. Oh, she'll take constant damage. That will bring him from 3 down to 0. Colossus will take 2 constant damage and lose his tough status card. So we brought Apocalypse down to 0. That'll flip him over here to his 3rd and final stage. He stays in giant form. And then I don't think he has any effects that trigger right here. So yeah, Stalwart is only when he changes his form does he heal with 24 hit points. So we just gotta gun this down. And then, oh, I forgot, let's use Mission Team so we can draw a card. Got another resource, which, let's check our discard box. Do we have an ally? No, we don't, but we can get a resource card. I think we're gonna flip down here. Let's have, see, he schemes for 3, plus a boost. We have stuff for Cuckoos. I'm okay. We're going to have Triage, swing for 1 at Apocalypse. That'll bring from 24 down to 23. Triage takes a consequential damage. We're going to discard both of these cards for our supercharge and power it up, so it goes up to 4 here. Then we're going to flip down to Altar. Temporal Displace gets a resource back to our hand, or a temporal card, I mean. So we're going to get the resource card back to our hand, and we're going to end our turn. Let's ready up here. And I want to say an Altar so he doesn't trigger the Celestial Weapon and just stun us again or do whatever. So we're going to ready back up, and I think we should have the kill here this next turn. Drawing back up to our hand sets of 6, keeping this card in our hand. And we drew into X-Men, so whenever he enters our hand, X-Men's effect is that we get a tough status card on our identity. And we have Concussive Blast too. All right, yeah, that is definitely going to be game here. And we have stuff for Cuckoos in case anything bad happens. So Apocalypse's turn, he's going to add 1 to the main. He adds a power counter after doing that. He schemed with a base of 3 plus a boost of 1, scheme for a total of 4. This goes from 2 up to 6. This will not trigger when he schemes. We get a face down encounter card, which is under fire. We are going to, that's fine. I'm okay with schemes out. Let's use Steph for Kakus. Exhaust this card, remove a counter to cancel the effects of this treachery, all of it, even the surge. So the one review and surge is gone, so we just review one card from the counter deck with the Steph for Kakus effect, which is a minion here with toughness and villainous. Whenever he schemes, place threat on ancient ritual. So he doesn't even have guard, so we can just actually ignore him here with the 6 hit points. Let's make sure he doesn't have guard. Yeah, there's nothing giving him guard here. Okay, yeah, so toughness, villainous, yeah, all right. So it is back to our turn, and we for sure have the kill here. Let's exhaust mission team so we can draw a card. And then we're going to flip over here to hero form. And then let's see, let's line up our allies here so we have some space for Bishop to do his things. Okay, actually let's take out this minion here because I'm a little bit worried in case he does have guard. So Triage is going to swing for 1, knock off his tough status card. Triage takes the consequential damage. Colossus swings for 3. We're just going to kill this guy just for fun. And then Colossus would take 2 consequential damage. We're going to have Dazzler Thor for 2 from the main. Just so we can get her out of the way. She'll take consequential damage. She gets knocked out here. And then we're going to have, let's see, how many resource cards do we have? We have 4. So we're going to use our rifle, do 4 damage to an enemy, knock out this minion here. Is no win defeat effect. Right, just because I feel like I might be missing something. So we use our rifle to knock him out. And then we're going to have Bishop swing for 2 at Apocalypse. So we're going to use our supercharge here, discard it, 4 counters, so it does +8. So it's going to do 10 damage on him. That'll bring from 23 down to 13. And then we're going to play our Concussive Blast, using this right here as 3 resources. Concussive Blast says do 6 damage to enemy. We're going to hit Apocalypse for 6. That'll bring from 13 down to 7. And if you pay for this with a resource card, which we did with this double right here, we can ready up Bishop. So we are ready up again. And then we're going to have Dazzler swing for 2. That'll bring from 7 down to 5. Should take a consequential damage. Bishop's going to swing here for 2. That'll bring from 5 down to 3. We're going to exhaust Utopia, or not exhaust, we're going to play X-Men here. He's only 3 costs, but this would be 4 resources I'm paying for a basic card because it's part of all of us. So we can put him down. When he enters play, we can exhaust Utopia to rev another X-Men character. We can have Bishop and X-Men attack for a total of 5, but we're going to end off with our tic-tac-toe here. Discard a resource in your hand to trigger the effect. Actually, let's X-Jet first to move a damage from Bishop. So we go from total to our max of 13. Move a damage, put it on a mental line. And then we're going to use tic-tac-toe again. Store energy to move a damage from Dazzler to a physical or energy to put it on a physical. And then when there's 3 in the line, which there is right now, we have to discard tic-tac-toe as a hero action and do all the damage to an enemy. We're going to hit Apocalypse here for 7. And that will bring it from 3 down to 0. And man, that was a pretty fun game of Bishop with the final scenario in the expert campaign against the Age of Apocalypse. Okay, so let's see what we got here for the finishing stuff. Expert campaign only, persistent damage, elimination and victory. In an expert campaign, if a player is defeated during the scenario, the team is going to win. Defeated player does not participate in the victory steps. And then, yeah, that's it. When playing expert campaign, the ally you choose during setup must share a trait with your hero. We did that. The victory here is if the protected professor mission side scheme was defeated, players save the Professor X and win the campaign. If protected professor mission side scheme was not defeated, that is hard to say protected professor. The players fail to save Professor X and we lose. So that's it. It doesn't say anything. So we protect Professor X. And yeah, this is the expert campaign of the Age of Apocalypse. And yeah, that was pretty fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. It was a long 5-video series, but yeah, it finally came to an end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.